Sometimes you need to get knocked down before you can really figure out what your fight is and how you need to fight it. Sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that God predestined inside of you. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose.
You have to take control. You have to get up every morning. It begins by getting up, because if you let anxiety, excuses, self-doubt, all the win in that first decision, the rest of the day is hijacked. So win the first decision. Then exercise every day. 10 minutes. Don't start with like 2 hours, because then you're going to find an excuse not to do it. Get up at 7, exercise for 10 minutes. Right. You're just going to add in things as you master the little things. It's actually simple, but it's not going to be easy, because you're going to create all kinds of excuses and drama for yourself.
Throughout ancient times, institutions of learning have been built on top of hills to convey that great struggle is required to achieve degrees of enlightenment. Each of you had your own unique difficulties with the hill. For some of you, the challenge was actually academics. For others, it was financial. For a lot of you, not all, but a lot of you, your hardest struggle was social. Or some of you went through something traumatic. You made it to the top of the hill, but not without scars and bruises. When completing a long climb, one first experiences dizziness, disorientation, and shortness of breath due to the high altitude. But once you become accustomed to the climb, your mind opens up to the tranquility of the triumph. Oftentimes, the mind is flooded with realizations that were for some reason harder to come to when you were at a lower elevation.
Life is not easy. It is not. Don't try to make it that way. Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now, and it won't ever be. Do not fall into the trap, the entitlement trap, of feeling like you're a victim. You are not. Get over it and get on with it. And yes, most things are more rewarding when you break a sweat to get them.
To be successful, it's an uphill battle. And along that road, you're not going to see too many friends. You're going to see your shadow most often. You got to trust in the heart of hearts. Inside what you're doing, what you believe in is a worthy cause, a winnable fight.
The goal is to move forward. Don't ever get yourself in a position where you feel you have to always go back, or saying that you have to get back to doing what you used to do, or getting back to what you had before, or whatever. The goal is to move forward. The best thing you can do is try your very best not to fall off track. Now, I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be easy, because all of us have that tendency of falling off track. But rather than going back, learn from what you've done and continue to move forward. That is the ultimate goal. Because the further you keep pushing yourself back to what you want to be, or what you should have been, or what you need to have been doing, it slows you down from the progress that you have waiting for you ahead. So ladies and gentlemen, get to work, be productive as always. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to go back. Keep moving forward. That's the goal.
Instead of creating outcomes that take from us, let's create more outcomes that pay us back, fill us up, keep your fire lit, turn you on for the most amount of time in your future.
We always invest today, sacrifice today for tomorrow's betterment. But if we don't know what that betterment is, the want factor of what we're really doing it for, we can't win this war, guys.
You don't have the answers, and it's probably pretty damn scary. And I say that's okay, because that is how it is. This is the reality that many of you are facing. This is the world that we live in. The sooner that we become less impressed with our life, with our accomplishments, with our career, with whatever that prospect is in front of us, the sooner we become less impressed and more involved with that and these things, the sooner we get a whole lot better at doing them.
Mistakes are going to happen. There's going to be some setbacks. But there's always an opportunity for a comeback. A comeback to believing in that, hey, look, I got pushed back a few times, but I'm going to continue to move forward because I believe in the purpose that I have within myself. So keep moving forward. Don't worry about the mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen. Don't worry about the doors getting slammed in your face, because there are going to be other ones that will open up. But like I like to tell people, stop waiting for a door to open. Build your own damn door and push yourself through it. So that's what it's all about. Other people out here successful, giving your own testimony and where you're going in life.
When I dare to challenge the system that would relegate us to victims and stereotypes with no clear historical backgrounds, no hopes or talents, when I questioned that method of portrayal, a different path opened up for me. The path to my destiny. Hear me well on this day. When you have reached the hilltop and you are deciding on next jobs, next steps, careers, further education, you would rather find purpose than a job or a career. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. I don't know what your future is, but if you are willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it.
How do you know you're on the right path? How do you know what you're doing is in the right direction? Look at the small things of life. How do you do that?
Do what you gotta do every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Have no fantasy about it. You gotta feel good about the things that you're doing. It's gotta bring excitement into your life. Be the best at whatever you do, which is super important. It's not about just going through the motions, being mundane about it. It's about doing it to the best of your ability. It's the attitude that you bring to things, really, that allow even the most mundane work can be art if you bring an attitude. Use our energy wisely. It's not easy to stay focused in this world full of distractions. I totally understand that. Cut out all distractions. Maybe you don't need to know anything except how to be the best at what you do.
Championships aren't won in the theater or the arena. They're won in the thousands of hours in the training room, in the labs, in the 5 a.m. runs, and when it's raining, when everyone else is sleeping. That's when it's won.
Everybody is the hero in their own story. You know, right. like you should be the hero in your own story. You should see yourself conquering, the dramatic action of whatever you're trying to do. So when you get to crisis, you know how to deal with it. You should be able to do that. And there are people that come in and help you with your story, but you have to be the person who deals with the conflicts that are in place. Nobody else can. There's no deus ex machina that's going to come in and save it for you. Even if you pray to God, God expects you to do some things.
you.